Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started a little bit early. I know that it's still like T-minus 5 minutes, but I think it's okay to kick off now rather than keep waiting. So let's go ahead and switch screens. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on your time zone. I hope you are having a great weekend. It is halfway over. The weekend's halfway over. It seems like it happened way too fast. But we are going to go ahead and enjoy our Sunday by playing a little Stranded Alien Dawn. If you were here in the last two streams, I'm sorry, I've got a cat. There's a cat in my lap and he's climbing down. If you were here for the last two streams, we were doing, well, I guess technically the last three, we were testing out this Autopilot challenge where we set it and forget it. So we get like a week or 10 days to like sort of situate our gameplay, and then we cut them loose and we see how long they can survive without any interference at all. And then that will tell us like how good our strategy was for automation. And our round two, the first attempt, they lasted about a week, and then they all kind of like, you know, team player killed, or team, yeah, just like a TPK. And now we have round two, where I tried to fix a couple of the glaring errors I noticed from round one. And I thought for sure we would be starting around three. Hello, Poca Latte. Good to see you. I'm glad you made the stream. Hello, help, I'm trapped in the snow. Just kidding, it's only flurries. Okay, well, I hope that you're able to drink a nice hot mug of your favorite beverage, whether that's cocoa or cider or coffee, whatever it might be, tea maybe you're a tea drinker, and hopefully stay indoors and out of the chill. That's my wish for you for today. And we are going to continue round two of this Autopilot challenge because, shockingly, they haven't died yet. So we're in the crash landing scenario, region cell 2, Moon Concordia, medium difficulty. Seed is Montreal Canadians. I think somebody submitted this in the chat when we were setting it up, so that's why we used this seed. The only rules I set were Big Family and Fast Feed. Big Family hasn't affected us. Fast Feed, I'm sure we've benefited from in some way. So let's go ahead and resume the game. And we're going to just rotate this around here. They're on 3 speed right now. One of the mods just doesn't want to work. I think it's because I have this one here. Oh, you can't even see it. One sec. Let me see what I can do about that. Oh, that doesn't help. Okay. Well, I tried. Basically, I have 2 versions of the water and sanitation mod downloaded. I'm gonna have to eventually go in and unselect the one that gives me trouble, and then hopefully that will be it and that message will go away. We do have like a ton of food. The farming has been super successful. We set up all our fields, we researched all our crops, and then we set up all our fields, and they've basically been doing a great job maintaining that, and they're not going hungry, that's for sure. We have had a couple animal attacks, and it looks like we're being attacked again because somebody went way too close to this nest. They keep trying to do this. I think they want to like harvest this log, and I can't uncheck it because we're in autopilot mode. But at least they stop attacking once somebody faints. So if this guy would just please leave, then whoever it is that decides to try and do a rescue, which so far nobody is, they're like, nah, forget that. But if or when somebody decides to do a rescue, hopefully these two will have moved on, like far enough moved on to where a rescue could be done, and in and out, hopefully. He's actually really close to the nest, so we'll see. Nickname him Bug Food. Yeah, at this point we may as well, because he keeps coming for this same log and this reoccurring issue is happening. And somehow he managed to survive it every time in the last stream. We'll see if we're just as lucky this time around, or if, you know, I tempted the ire of fate by titling this video what I did, being like, oh, I've cracked the code. Well, now that I've said that, I'm sure everything's gonna go wrong, right? That's typically how that works, isn't it? So Krista is currently on rescue duty. She is our slowest walker, and she's gonna walk right past this nest. So I'm sure she's probably gonna aggro somebody too, but we'll have to wait and see what actually happens. She's surprised us before, snuck in, snatched somebody up, and walked right back out without drawing any attention. This dude's like creeping though, closer. I just don't see her getting away with it again, but we'll see. He's got his back turned. Nope. Yeah, he was too aware. And the one thing is, I do have selected for all these characters the fight back attackers. So even if they're being mobbed, they always fight back, unfortunately. This would be great if I hadn't selected or queued up any task anywhere near this nest, but I think this nest kind of like spontaneously populated here way after I finished queuing everything, and so that's how this ended up happening. Otherwise, I never would have selected chop that log. Like, that would have just never... I wouldn't have gone there if I had known. So now we've got 3 people down. Simon's unconscious. Chad is unconscious, and so is Krista. Nova is crafting, so she's in no hurry to rescue anybody. We're off to a great start today. Bill and Amanda, hello, howdy, howdy. Good to see you. I know it's been a while because we've had the holidays. I hope you guys had good holidays. Did you guys do anything exciting or unique this holiday season? Or did you stick to like the traditional annual traditions, you know, like visiting family or caroling if you're a caroling family? I don't know. Let me know, because we haven't really had a chance to talk about it. I haven't streamed since before Christmas, I don't think. So we are basically... Nova's going to the restroom. She's not even on a rescue. She's just going to the restroom. We're basically catching up today because we haven't had a chance since the holidays. Alright, now she's going to the rescue. I have no idea who she's rescuing. Let's see if this like little blue line will tell us. Who is she out here trying to get? Oh, you know what? I think we might be off to an early loss. Because look how low their life is already. They're already bleeding out pretty badly. Nova is the only one with the gun, though. These fools keep trying to fight everybody with, like, shivs, because they refuse to equip the weapons that we have. She's been crafting weapons like a boss. And then these guys, like, we have 4 short bows. They won't equip it. That's one thing I can't get them to do on autopilot. They don't seem to want to equip. And my next attempt, I was thinking about doing, like, making sure everybody is equipped with something before I go hands off, because maybe once it expires, like once the thing breaks down, and maybe then they'll automatically replace it. I'm not sure, but that is my only hope for making sure that these people stay equipped weapons-wise. Villanova says, my folks were in town for Christmas for the first time in 10 years, so that was nice for the kids. 3 of the 4 also have birthdays during the season, so always hectic and expensive. Yeah, I imagine it would be. You gotta do Christmas gifts and birthday gifts all in the same, like, quarter? That's crazy. Oh, and for 3 of 4 kids, yeah, that's gotta be expensive, and it's also probably very hectic. I didn't figure she was gonna make it all the way out there. She's gonna have to fight too. She does have the gun, but she's completely mobbed. This is definitely karma for naming this video Have I have I cracked the code? Because now, like, we've been playing for 10 minutes and my characters are all like bleeding to death, so if I had known this, all I had to do to restart the game was to get cocky with my thumbnail and title. Maybe we could have done that like last stream. But here we are, so, and then I don't know why Chad is already not wearing any clothing. They should have plenty of clothing. Yeah, they've got shoes, they've got hats. I guess she hasn't crafted any shirts or trousers yet, so maybe not. Maybe that's where they're at. Simon, where are you, bro? Like, how did he pass out? Did he just not have enough sleep? What's going on here? I think he just was too tired from not sleeping. Um, or he's having a meltdown. It seems he's having a meltdown because his happiness was too low. It's about to get a lot lower when he wakes up and the rest of his camp is, you know, RIP. What a time. We did not. So, I did not travel this year for the holidays. We had technically already seen the family 2 or 3 times, my in-laws at least, 2 or 3 times between summer and winter of 2024 because we had a wedding and then we had a family reunion, and so maybe it was just 2 times. And then if we had gone for the holidays, it would have been 3. But we decided to do some house hunting and on a whim, and then ended up finding something that was like a really good fit for us. So we ended up buying a house and then moving all before Christmas. I don't know who woke up. I assume it's this guy because he passed out first and he's back down for the count because they took him out again. This is not going to end well, you guys. It's going to be a rough, you know, like, should I censor? It's going to be a rough first half hour of stream for these guys. It's not a good day for them. They were so lucky before and now they're so unlucky. But Amanda, congrats on the house. Glad you're doing okay with the wildfires. You're lying in California, right? Yeah, actually we moved out of the hazard zone for the LA fires when we moved to southern LA. So we're like at the very, as far south as you can go and still be LA, that's where we are now. And we like just narrowly evaded, I guess, the fires. And it is really unfortunate that that's happening, that everybody who was caught in it is, you know, what they're dealing with. That's, you know, it's really sobering. It's scary to see. Like Malibu's like gone, and we had been in Malibu just last year. I made a camping video on in Malibu on my art channel because I did like a travel sketchbook, and it's like everything that we saw on that trip is probably gone now, which is crazy to think about. Bill and Amanda, we are expecting 2 inches of snow on Tuesday, which is basically the end times for Alabama. 2 inches? Wow, I didn't know Alabama had such moderate snow. I remember growing up in Ohio, and I would be wading waist deep through snow every winter, trying to get to like school or just the grocery store if we couldn't get our car out. You know, I would like walk to a couple blocks to the closest mini mart to get us like milk and eggs and bread and stuff, and bring it home because I was the oldest child, so you know it was kind of my oldest child responsibility to go do that. Bill and Amanda, yeah, I have a friend who recently moved from Pasadena to San Gabriel, so she got pretty lucky. Yeah, it is a little bit nuts to realize. Like, I probably still would have been fine either way because I was over by the LAX airport. Like, I lived 5-10 minutes away from the LAX airport, so I think we would have been fine either way. We probably would have had like I don't know. It's all pretty crazy. And then you know, right afterwards we rounded up, like we had just moved, so we rounded up all of our moving boxes and a bunch of stuff we realized in the move that we had in excess, and we went and we donated it to the places that were accepting donations for recovery efforts and for emergency relief and stuff. And I've been looking into places to volunteer as well. Time is a little tight, I say as I stream. But, oh my gosh, look at this. It's like we're on the final countdown. This is like slowly depleting. Look, you can see it, like the 29 out of 200. Krista is 26 out of 200. They're having a really bad day. They're having the worst and probably the last day for this this run. Oh, you said you lived in Alabama for 10 years, and this will only be the third time you've had any snow that actually stuck, and the first time since 2016. I think global warming is real. I do. For a number of reasons. First, winter used to be in November and December. You know, growing up, I'm a millennial. And when I was growing up, winter and all the snow and all of that stuff happened in November and December, and you would have a white Christmas, right? And then after I got out of the military and I moved back to because I was living overseas, and then I moved back to the US and I was living on the East Coast, winter was literally like, we got the most snow every year in February. February. At that point, you don't even want snow anymore. You were wanting snow back in December when it was almost Christmas time and you wanted the Christmassy spirit. But by the time it got to February and we were getting like all of our snowstorms, we were over it. Nobody wanted snow in February. And so that's the first thing. You can definitely see the shift, right, in weathered patterns there. But also, growing up in Ohio, the snow every year would, like, basically, like clockwork, shut down the airport. Like, we would get so much snow that they would have to, cancel flights and shut down the airport for at least a weekend. That was, like, an annual thing, right? We don't get that kind of snow anymore in Ohio. And I don't know about the rest of the Midwest, but I assume it's kind of the same, where the snow has just really not been nearly as dramatic as it used to be. You know, so those are just a couple of things that I've personally noticed that I think are results of global warming. And I know that there's a lot more that people who are a lot more educated on the matter could tell you, and they've studied it and they're talking about like the sea levels and all of that other stuff, which would be even further to the point. But like, that's just my personal observations that make me very convinced that global warming is in fact real. Plus I just trust the experts, the subject matter experts. Hello, Bingo Ned, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. You came at such a crucial time. We're watching the countdown of Krista's end of life. Unfortunately for them, that nest that we somehow managed to miraculously dodge like 4, maybe 5 times last stream, they just couldn't quite pull off the same luck this round. These guys right here just obliterated my team. We're about to have like a TPK minus Simon over here because, well, even Simon's here now because he tried to do a rescue. So yeah, our whole team is over here on the ground, fainted, and she somehow ended up over here with medicine. That would have been super dramatic if I had like watched her attempt to get there, but so close. That's actually more sad. So close and yet still no dice. She made it all the way over here to the medicine supplies, but didn't quite survive. That's tragic. Yeah, so it's a tragic stream, you guys. Today is a tragic stream. Casey, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. I hope you're having a great weekend, both of you. Bill and Amanda, I'm from Florida, and it's pretty obvious the climate is changing here. The hurricanes are obviously getting worse and more frequent. Yeah, there's that. Of course, that too. Yeah, definitely. We had so many blizzards when I was living in the Virginia, Maryland area, because I bounced back and forth between those two states quite a lot, actually, moving back and forth one too many times when I lived on the East Coast for about 10 years. And I mean, yeah, the hurricanes were insane. And then you've got the snowstorms. Everything's just kind of gotten shifted, you know? Like, it's just unusual weather has become the usual compared to what it was a generation ago, you know? So, Casey, has there been an update or new DLC? I don't know. I have not downloaded any new DLC. I actually was talking about earlier on stream removing one of the DLCs at least that is not working properly, and it keeps notifying me that it's not working properly. We just lost another character. I feel like I'm neglecting, but you guys saw this coming, right? Like, it's not, you're not really missing out. We saw this, we definitely saw this coming, and then Nova's probably next. There's no way Nova gets out of this. Somehow she's in the nest. Why is she in the nest? She's not coming out of this alive. I'm so sorry. We're gonna Simon, if he survives, we're gonna be following him around. Like a personal drone, I suppose. Our camera's just gonna constantly be on Simon. I do kind of wish, like with Sims, you could right click on the character and the camera really will follow them. In this game, you kind of have to manually do it. It doesn't auto follow characters. There probably is new DLC. I'm sure there's definitely player-made mods that are new. And I'm not sure if they've done any updates because I haven't checked the Steam game page to see if there have been updates. I did see, I think, a new blog post, but I'm not sure what was in it because I didn't open it because I just was booting up the game for the stream. This is so sad. Oh man. I mean, she's just... was it even better when we were looking away, when we didn't see Krista and Chad go? Like, is this just a little bit too... you know, morbid to actually sit here and watch? Bill and Amanda, I checked yesterday because the soundtrack is on sale and you didn't see anything as of now. Okay, yeah, there we go. I wonder if it would be worth getting the soundtrack for editing videos, because I've kind of been using a free... No, it wouldn't, because it would still get copyright claimed. Yeah, so never mind. I usually, with my videos, I use... See, and there it goes. She's not gonna make it. She's not gonna make it. She's at 1 health. 3, 2, 1. She is gone. That is 1 deceased Nova, unfortunately. Which leaves us just with Simon now, who's not... he's not really in a much better location, but it's possible he could escape from this. We'll see. He has the added benefit... I mean, he is starving, which is not great. He could die from starvation. But he has the added benefit that his character... Where are the traits? Here. His bleeding is permanently decreased, and his healing is twice as fast. So as far as something like this goes, he can survive this. But starvation, he cannot survive, so he's gonna have to get up and go eat, for sure. At the very least, he's gonna have to get up and go eat. Because yeah, he's completely zeroed out on food. Yeah, I hope if you've watched the videos, the edited playthroughs, I've picked a soundtrack, like a song or music that is similar in tone to the one that comes with the game, because the game is very like westerny kind of music, so I picked something that's kind of similar for my videos, but it's also royalty free, and I got it from the YouTube Studio library. And I keep using that one because I don't want the videos getting copyright claimed. I don't want to get any copyright strikes, and I don't want my videos taken down. So, you know, you do what you gotta do when you're making your YouTube channel and videos. I am also working on something else. I think we're gonna, when we reboot this, we're gonna have to follow the advice we got last. Not reboot, but if Simon doesn't make it, we have to start over. We are gonna pick the moon cycle that only does attacks at night, so that hopefully they will all be at home if they get attacked, and then I can uncheck this box for fight back attackers and let them flee from situations like this. That way, if I know attacks are only going to be at night, and I can set their schedules to be all at home sleeping at night, that will group them up so that they can defend themselves without being in a situation like this where they're defending themselves alone against an entire nest. That is my new strategy. That is my corrective action for this TPK. Oh, but what I was trying to say, I am working on a webcomic for anybody that enjoys reading webcomics, especially if you are a webtoon reader Wow, they really just took the person's picture right off of here too. I just lost Nova's photo. Is it because she got fully eaten? I wonder if it's because they fully ate her. So there's not even the option to bury her now. Not that I would want them to, because if he came out here trying to bury her, we would just be right in the same spot, because she was like over here, right? We don't want that. Okay, so sorry, I just sidetracked. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I have a second channel. It's an art channel. It is linked, I think, on my home tab of my channel for this. But there's a couple ways to get to it. And I could probably just, yeah, I could type it in here. One second. There we go. So that Perry Pictures is my art channel. And I'm working on a webtoon contest entry for the 2025 Webcomic Legends contest. So if you like art, if you like comics, if you're interested in helping me out with a little bit of support in comic engagement, or a little support and engagement in March on Webtoons, I will definitely be updating that frequently on my art channel and in my Discord if you're interested in joining Discord. I think it's going to be really good. I'm putting my 100% effort into this. Like my other Webtoon, I strategically created using a much more simple style so that I could... cat cameo. Did the cat run by? Did you see him? Which one was it? Was it the orange cat, the gray cat, or the black cat? Well, the gray cat's still over there, so it's probably the orange cat or the black cat. Goodness, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's gonna be like an action it's a romantic action fantasy like story, and I am like really, really trying hard to make it look really good. So I hope you guys will, if you're into that kind of thing, consider giving it a read and engaging with it during the contest in March, so that we can hopefully stand a better chance at winning. Because engagement counts for like 40% of the overall scoring system, so it's very, very important. Bingo Ned, hello! Speaking of comics, Bingo Ned is my colorist on my original webtoon, which is Venerable, and we work on that together, which is a lot of fun. And which will be returning once I'm finished during the contest with the new comic that I'm working on. I hope you guys are not too disappointed in the fact that I've basically wiped the party. I didn't do it. First of all, let me fix that statement. I did not wipe the party. The mobs wiped the party, and I did not interfere because that is the challenge that we're doing. So they are on their own with the resources that they have, and with the instruction that I gave them prior to our 10-day limit. They have made it, though. I will say it is day 42, and I only aided them up to day 10. So they made it more than 3 times as long on their own without my help this time around. So last time they made it to day 14, which was a week past when I had gone hands off. This time they made it 42 days, so that's, yeah, 32 days longer. So yeah, I think we've seen some improvement here in the strategy, and there's definitely room for more improvement if we try this a third time. I think the third time we really could crack the code, knock on wood. I don't want to like jinx myself, but it's possible through these first 2 rounds that we've learned enough to actually create an autopilot gameplay that could survive. I think my goal would be like, it would be a win in this scenario. I feel like if you can make it to the full year, then you've won the autopilot challenge. So if you can get your characters to make it a full year, they win the autopilot challenge. That's my thinking. So now we would just have to either get Simon to survive by himself for almost double the amount of time, or do a round 3 and take everything we've learned and incorporate that for the next one. We are about to do an ad, so I will see you guys after the ad if you are not on YouTube Premium, and I appreciate you waiting through these. See you soon. And then for anybody that is not seeing an ad right now, I guess you will just wait with me for Simon to wake up. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on 3-speed, which it should have already been on 3-speed, to be honest. He might starve to death before this dude wakes up. I don't know. It's not looking great, I can tell you that. Simon is unarmed. I know. Simon is starving. Simon is ill. There's a cold snap. 3 people died. I know. Okay, it's 60 degrees outside. I think Simon can survive 60 degrees. We need him to wake up and go eat before he just kills over here from starvation. Finally! He did what... Oh. And then he immediately passed out. Alright, so he's going to use the restroom. And then we are going to travel back to camp. And hopefully this fool eats before he starves to death. It looks like he's going straight for sweet syrups. I really hope this spaceship debris doesn't like land on him. That'd be terrible. There's no clothing. Alright, we're going to give him his privacy. We're going to zoom out a little bit. And let this poor guy have a little bit of his dignity. Since he does not have anything to wear. And it looks like Krista is here. She has not been buried or eaten. If we could get him to unequip her and wear her clothing, that would be to his benefit, but I'm not gonna tell him what to do. That would defeat the purpose. And we did not make it this far to defeat the purpose. Okay, but it is in 3-speed now, so hopefully... Did that bird really just take a bite? Did he just nibble on her, or was he going after, like, our supplies? I think he is actually nibbling at Krista. Oh no. Oh no, I think this is game over. Chad is eating, so he's not starving, but we have 11 aggressive animals. Aggressive... Does aggressive mean they're going to attack? I think it does. I forget the one that means that they're just hungry and they're going to come eat all your crops. But I don't think it's the aggressive. I think that's like starving animals. Eat your crops. Aggressive ones attack your survivors. So he is gonna wait, now it's down to 9 though? Are they under attack by something? How did it come down from 11 to 9? Did we just get lucky? Oh, the 9 are attacking though. Simon, my guy. At least he's inside. They're gonna have to get through the fence. I don't have any traps, I don't think. Traps would have been nice. If we had laid some traps, at least some of them had gotten caught and exploded maybe on the traps. Spared him a little bit. Such a shame. Krista's the only one remaining now, so both of our other 2 deceased are completely gone. Krista made it all the way back to camp though, so that's probably why, 'cause she's not out there near the nest for the nest critters to eat her. What are we looking at time-wise? I think it's only been half an hour. So they survived another, oh, I mean, we already counted the days that they've survived, so I think that's a better indication. But half an hour into the stream, and we're basically looking at game over. That was a pretty good run though, I think personally. I'm very curious to know if any of you guys have tried this challenge, because I would love to hear how well it's worked out for some other people and kind of get an idea. Yeah, Bill and Reyes says aggressive is an attack, yeah. So it's definitely not the starving animals that just eat your crops. He's not that fortunate. We did not get that lucky. He's gonna have to deal with these at some point once they get through the fence and then, I don't know, chew through the floorboards or something. We're gonna see how this works out. Can I 3-speed it? I can. Okay, so they're letting me speed up this attack, which is good. But I do want to know, like, have you tried it? And if you have, did you do a 7-day setup and then autopilot? Did you do 10 days in autopilot? What settings did you choose if you tried this challenge, and how long did your survivors survive without you? Look at Simon. He is just like not even deterred at all. He's taking them one by one. He might survive this. He might be fine. Simon might be fine. Look at him go. He is a one-man army right now. Although these things explode, so I don't know. That could be a lot different if he has to fight those in close range combat. Let me take a drink real quick. Did he really get away from that? I think he might have escaped it before it, you know, exploded. He is healing himself. Let's see. Where's the little meter for that? I think it's the heart, right? That makes sense. So he's in severe pain. And he is trying to heal all of these health conditions, which is good. I think Simon can do it. I think Simon can one-man ban this, which is what he did the first time. Our first run through, he survived by himself for a few days more than the rest of his companions. I don't know. Let's leave this on 3-speed. We'll fast forward through this and see how far he goes solo this time. I don't know how well it's going to work out for him when there's nobody here to repair these fences, because he was definitely not our builder. And I'm sure it's pretty low on his queue to get to the building stuff. He's more likely to like harvest the food before he starts building or repairing fences. But he reached healing 7, so good for him, I guess. I wonder if... Let's see what this looks like with the roofs up. So we've got... Yeah, we've taken some damage here to our shelters. And he's crying, and I would be too, honestly. I don't blame him. I'm surprised he didn't cry sooner. This poor guy. What a rough patch. Putting it mildly. And all these beautiful crops and nobody to eat them. They're all gonna go to waste. I think, after the stream, I'm not sure how many more times we're going to try this challenge live, but what I'm thinking we're going to do in February is play the new Civ, because they are dropping a massive Civ update, like a complete new version is rolling out. Pretty sure it's in February. And I've been looking forward to this since I first heard about it 3rd quarter of last year. So really stoked for that. Civ is one of my all-time favorite games. Like, I really love Civilization. I played that game a ton when I was in the Navy and I was deployed. It was like one of 2 games I had installed on my laptop, and I would just hang out in the ship's berthing and play that game solo, like, frequently. Very frequently. I really like Civ. And I'm really excited for the new rollout. I hope you guys enjoy that game too, because we are definitely going to start playing a lot of it as soon as I'm able to get my hands on a copy of it. And I think I've mentioned that before, and the reception was pretty positive. So I'm really excited for that. I do think, let me check. I'm pretty sure it's February. I'm going to just go off that screen for a second. And Civilization. Sid Meier's. Coming to PC and console on February 20 something, February 11th. Can you guys see this? Oh, you can't. Maybe if I go... Huh, that's weird. You should have been able to see that. But I guess it didn't allow it. But you guys can hear me, right, though? It's going to come out on February 11th. Really excited for that. So, starting February, we can look forward to playing the new Civ. I think it's 12, Civ 12, in February, as early as February 11th. So, as soon as that drops, I'm picking up that game, and we are going to discover all the new stuff that they've put into it. I'm really excited. Yeah. So, stand by to stand by, I guess. And we're gonna absolutely crush that game, hopefully. And if we don't, we'll just have fun trying. So, I don't claim to be like an expert at the game. I definitely didn't play like pro or ranked or whatever. It wasn't like challenging a bunch of people online to Civ. I've tried playing strangers a couple of times, but like I said, it was mostly played on deployment with no internet signal or service, so it's a lot of solo rounds. Or with other people who lived on the ship, and we would do the whole like taking turns and pass the computer back and forth kind of thing. You know what I mean? It is nighttime on day 44. Simon is still on his game. He seems to somehow be doing fine, despite it all. He is unarmed. He has 0 happiness. He has 0 relaxation, 0 hygiene. He's barely rested. He's barely fed. He's barely clothed. But the dude is fast. He's a fast walker. He's a fast healer. So he's got the best chances of survival of anyone in solo mode. So that's my personal opinion. We'll see how it plays out a little bit more long term. And I do hope that watching this in Autopilot, hands-off mode is not totally boring, because I understand that it's a little bit more interesting when somebody's taking action, making choices, and then reaping the consequences of said choices. I actually really like this seed, though. I thought this was a really nice plot. We've got a lot of flatland here for our crops. We've got this gorgeous glowing blue mystical pond up here with all of these resources that in a regular game would be useful when you actually get high enough in your tech tree to use these. And then we have this beautiful large like world tree looking thing here. Another little pond, not as glowy, but still pretty. Plenty of crops. Like, there's no hurting for resources here at all. And there's a ton of fallen debris as well. Plenty to scavenge if you are still playing regular and queuing up these for scavenge. Yeah, it's a good seed. So, and then if you guys were wondering what seed it is Montreal Canadian, spelled D-I-E-N-S. Yeah. Simon's passed out. He's just hanging on by a thread. And there's nobody to rescue him. This poor guy. I don't know what to tell him. He's on his own. It's just what it is. Sorry. I really haven't saved, but I don't know that we need to at this point. I mean, we could. Why not? Let's save. X2 autopilot, yes. And then we'll just let the good times roll. If you can call them that. This poor guy, I do feel really terrible for him. He's out here harvesting something that he doesn't even need. What he needs is to repair these fences, but priorities in the queue. Maybe construction should be way higher up in the priority list for every character for future reference if you're going to try this challenge. Make sure that they're prioritizing construction so that when defenses need repaired, they get repaired. Oh boy. Animal attack. Your boy just tried to do the thing. He tried to do the thing. He tried to chop these fallen trees. So this might be it. This might be the moment. All because of these two stumps right here. All of this heartache. Everybody is perished because they don't have the common sense to leave these 2 logs alone. This is why players play. And they don't let the AI play. long it's going to take him to recover. I don't imagine it's going to take long because he does recover quickly. I just wonder... He's not starving this time. I think he's going to be fine. He is going to be fine. Everything's fine. This guy is a total one-man band. He can do this. I'm almost sad that he's capable of doing this on his own. In misery. It's not going to be a comfortable survival for him. It is going to be absolute misery. Abject horror for days on end for some reason because this guy just has the will to survive regardless of how terrible survival is at this point. Which is, I mean, that's good. You know, we all should have a little bit of that in us. A little bit of stubbornness when it comes to the will to survive. I should hope everyone has that. We are... I don't know. I don't know what else to do. It's just one guy. There's nobody else to check on. Whoa. Look at what I found. Who knew this was here? There's a gorgeous, like, this is way bigger. Those other ones were ponds. This is a lake. Like, the ones close to camp, those are ponds. This here is an actual lake inside this valley between these, like, stalactite-looking hills and mountains or whatever. This is pretty. This is picturesque. If it weren't for all the, like, manti up here, this would be a fabulous place to settle, for sure. But they just had to go and ruin it. It is on, like, the edge of the map, though, so I do think if you wanted to, you could migrate your characters all the way down here. Build on the edge of the map, and then you only have to worry about enemies coming from one side. Polka Latte says Lake Green Juice. Ooh, that's a good name. I like it. Lake Green Juice. Good name for this beautiful, beautiful view. Look at that glowing sunset falling over the edge of the lake. It's beautiful. Amanda Rain, hi! I finally got this game because of you. Oh, I'm so glad. Are you having fun with it? You haven't tried it yet, though. Gotcha. It is addictive. So once you start playing, I imagine you will play it a lot because every run through is unique. I feel like it would be impossible to play the same game twice. Look at that shooting star. Do you guys see that? Just like disappeared behind these hills. Oh, Simon's passed out again. Did we already know that? We might have already known that. Right, we already knew that. He passed out here because of these guys. Danger, danger. I don't know if Simon's gonna make it. And then look at this beautiful rock formation here. It's like a gorgeous natural arch. One thing I can say about this game, it is very pretty. It is a very pretty game. If only Nova was here to see it. Ah, poor Nova. R.I.P. Nova. Nova always gets the worst deal in my games. I feel like Nova is always the sacrificial lamb in all of my gameplays that include Nova. Nova gets the worst. Like, the worst end of the deal, for sure. I don't think I've had a single playthrough with Nova where she benefited or had somebody else had a worse run with it than she did. Simon's now starving, so he's gonna have to... Oh, look, he ran. Interesting. So he's willing to run if he needs to use the toilet. That's gonna help us out, I think. Oh, no, he didn't run far enough. Although he might be able to just fight the one. It gave up. It was like, oh, sorry, the dude's gotta do his business. I guess I'll just give him some privacy. Look at that. Well done, Simon. Now he's gonna go eat. Back to 3 speed, my friend. You need to hurry up and get to where you're going. Wow, look at all of that queued up tasks. And like I said, he's definitely gonna harvest before he repairs, so this is gonna be a never-ending harvest for him. He's definitely not gonna get busy doing what he needs to actually do for his own comfort and safety. I'm gonna turn off the glowing stuff, though. I do hope, Amanda, that you enjoy this game. There's plenty of play modes. There's lots of variation, different strategies for sure, different characters, different strengths, nuance. You don't have to play it the way I'm playing it now. Obviously, you can play it however you want. It is a great game, and I do really hope you have a lot of fun with it. I do think it's worth it. I've gotten a lot of like replay value out of this. I've been playing this for about a year now, maybe over a year, and I still enjoy it. I still enjoy this game, and I still find new ways to play it too. Like, this way of playing it is not, I would not say this is the usual way to play it. This is definitely, look. Do you see that? There's two lakes. Look, Poké Latte, Lake Green Juice, right here. But if we look the other way, on this little land bridge, there's another one over here too. Do you want to name the other one? Because they can't both be Lake Green Juice. We need a different name for this one on this side. Simon is suffering. He is suffering. He's in extreme pain. He's in 100% pain. I don't know that I've ever seen a character in 100% pain before. Why is he even conscious if he's in 100% pain? I'd be like, knock me out. Put me out of my misery, please. I don't want to be aware. I don't want to be awake for this. I don't want to be awake for 100% pain. Please, knock me out. Poor Simon. Lake Pilferpup says Poké Latte. I'll have to let Pilferpup know you named the lake in his honor. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Where is Simon? Oh, that's right. Okay, well, Simon, if you would stay away from the nest, this would stop happening. You're a glutton for punishment, my friend. You gotta stop. You have to stop trying to chop down these trees. Please go just harvest some vegetables or something. I take it, let's look. Management tab, activities. Cutting is number 2 on his list. That is why he continues to come out here. If this wasn't such a high priority, we would be able to see him do something else. But until he needs to heal himself or plant something, he's gonna just keep trying to do this. He's a lost cause, you guys. He's a lost cause. And I haven't cheated yet. I haven't changed anything post the setup period, so we're not going to start now. We're just going to allow him to dig his own grave. Morbidly. Painfully. Brutally and slowly building his own grave at this point. But hey, beautiful scenery, so it's not a total loss, right? We were enjoying some part of this, right? I wonder, like, what's the highest point? We have, is that where camp is? It is. I saw the blue stones, and I was like, that's definitely our glowing lake right here. So that's where camp is. It's by the glowing lake. That is a really cool, like, natural, this is like a natural wonder. So, very cool. It looks like there's, like, something, oh, it's just the ripples in the water, but I thought it made it look like something was swimming in here. Supposedly there is a mod for fishing in this game where you're able to actually utilize the bodies of water for resources. I have not tried it yet. I thought I downloaded it before when I was doing my mod maxing video, and then it turns out it was not in the list of mods. So I need to find it and then try it because I was really, really interested in fishing. I'm really interested in boating. If they would allow us to boat on the water in this game, that'd be really cool. Mods, if you're still modding, or not modding, but like admins, if you're still updating the game, that would be a really cool update. To be able to take the characters in a boat out on the water, and then you can add, you know, water monsters. I'm not opposed to some water monsters. We can have some water monsters. I'm okay with that. Look at that. Gosh, that is cool. It's fiery, like... Is that supposed to be the moon? I think it's the moon, but it's so... I don't know. It's intense, for sure. I wonder what happens if we come out. Like, I don't think we could ever get closer to it. Oh, but that's a good view. We can see like, shooting stars. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Why is this? Oh, I don't need that selected. That's a cool shot. Can I screenshot this? I don't know how, to be honest. I'm like really not doing well as a, here we go. I should know, to be completely honest. I should know how to screenshot in the game and not have to do it the hard way, which I just did. I like manually screenshotted it, but that's okay. That's okay. Simon is still in the same spot. He hasn't moved. I do need to put it back on 3 speed though, because every time they attack, it does like reduce the play speed down to like regular speed. So I gotta remember to always turn it back to 3. I think we might be able to wrap on this playthrough for this stream though, because I think we've basically killed it, right? And if we didn't, the AI certainly did in the game. The mobs certainly did. Simon may have survived, but this gameplay is pretty much dead. So I think I'll give him another day. But I think he's entered kind of a loop here with the chopping of the logs. And if he's gonna continue to loop, we're gonna call it. And we're gonna like let this round die with dignity and call it quits, and just give Simon his award for being like last man standing. I'm telling you, he's MVP. The boy's got all the right. Oh look, New Year's Eve. Did we make it a full year? Wait a minute. I did say earlier that if you play this challenge, my milestone for a successful gameplay is to hit the 1 year mark. If you can autopilot and go 1 year in game, you basically win. Like your characters have survived, your strategy worked. I think Simon was like the key to strategy here, just because he's so hard to kill. Yeah, I think we win. So maybe my thumbnail and title wasn't a total mislead. Because we have just hit, if he can make it to the celebration in 23 hours without dying, we will have successfully completed the Autopilot challenge. That is how this works. So let's see if he can make it. Just don't die in the next 23 hours. Just don't die for less than a day, and then we win. Come on, Simon. I believe in you. We can do this. Knock on wood. We're almost there. I can hear these guys like chittering so loudly and so fast. These are the bane of this gameplay. These guys right here. Simon, get up. Get up, Simon. You can do it. 23 hours still? How is it still 23 hours? Come on. Less than 23 hours. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's get to New Year's. All hail King Simon, says Pocolatte. Indeed, Simon is king. He is MVP. And I just need him to get up. Get up and get to safety. Or just go eat. You're starving, my guy. You cannot starve to death when we are this close to winning. Please, get up. Go eat. Starving minus 27. I think you got a negative 27 buff for starving. Yeah. Yeah. I could eat my own flesh. That's gross. Simon needs to get up. He's literally sleeping a whole day away. It's about to be New Year's and he hasn't even left the nest. Please just make it to New Year's. Come on. We have a winning strategy. Simon, just pull through. We don't need the whole team. We just need one. Just one of you has to make it. I like how it's telling me now no queued research. There hasn't been queued research this entire time. What we did research before I ran out of time were these things. Animal taming, 1000% not necessary in this gameplay. Like, we did not need this. This was a total waste. For this challenge. So I definitely could have spent my time better and not wasted 6 hours on animal taming and researched something else. But that's okay. Simon, are we up? Are we gonna make it to New Year's Eve? It's New Year's Eve! He would be celebrating if he wasn't passed out. I think that still counts. I think we still won this challenge because we made it all the way to 1 year on autopilot mode. It is year 2. It says it right up here in the corner. Year 2, day 1, 3 hours. We have successfully completed the autopilot challenge. Yeah. All right, so since we have successfully completed our autopilot challenge, and I'm looking at our beautiful base, this is where we did it, folks. This is how we did it. This is where we did it. This is what we did. We are gonna call it. That is game. We survived the autopilot challenge for 1 full year, and it just auto-saved. And we can call it a wraps and like be done with this. I thank you guys so much for sticking through this ridiculous attempt at trying something different. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I cannot believe we managed to pull this off 5 minutes shy of 1 hour. So I'm going to go ahead and sure, let's save game. We'll save it. I don't think I'm ever going to come back to this. I think we did what we came here to do. But we're going to call it for the stream. It's a short stream. It was a successful stream. Applause all the way around for Simon. He was our MVP, and we are going to resume normal and other gameplays in the future. And definitely keep an eye out for the new Civ game, because we're going to play that for sure. We're going to like Civ it up here on this channel, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. Polete, thanks for streaming. Simon lives on to tell the tale. He does. I'm so proud of him. He did so well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again for being here. It's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate it. Bye.